picks. Nope. Hat picks. You get sweat marks? Do you see? I don't know. Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Steve's Hat Picks. My name is Steve Dangle. You're here on the Sportsnet YouTube channel, and we're gonna look at some really good plays. And in the Dang It's video, I called for more participation from you, more comments. Let us know what you saw and what we missed. We missed something last week, and we're owning it right now. It was mostly producer Drew's fault, but you know, we forgive him, don't we? Listen, who missed it? Him or the guy who called Nick Robertson a defenseman? It was clearly him. The one that we missed is Jacob Markstrom not just getting a 49 save shutout, but doing it on Sedin night in Vancouver. Perfect.
Horvat trying to stay with him. Kane wrist one on goal. Tip, stop, rebound, and another save by Markstrom off Ole Mata. Pass Kajula in with a drag move and a shot attempt that winds up going wide. Bailey gives the puck away at center. Kubalik is robbed by Markstrom. After Bailey coughed up the puck, Kubalik was all alone in front, and Markstrom had to be alert to stop that one. Right to Sutter and Kirby Doc. Penalty's over. McEwen stepping into the box. His Keith lets fly. Rebound. Doc trying to shovel it in, and Markstrom doing a snow angel made the save with the puck winding up underneath his pads.
Good move by Kirby Doc going back, and you can see Jacob Markstrom drags the right leg and then the right hand, and he's got it. Giveaway by Hughes. Here's Kane shooting, kicked out by Markstrom. Patrick Kane. Jonathan Taves centers Kane hit the crossbar. He was celebrating like it was in. But the referee right there, Eric Furlat, to wave it off. Now Kubalik with a shot and off the shoulder of Markstrom.
Unbelievable. And the only way it could have been more perfect is if it was Luongo night. That is a hat pick. So now that that's out of the way, to make amends for forgetting that last week, we're going to show the Avalanche getting a hat trick scored on them by Tyler Toffoli. Huh, I know it's the worst, right? Show it!
Kopitar with it once again. Back out to the point for Ryan. That shot is put in. The Kings strike first here in Colorado Springs.
Turnover by Zadorov. The shot from the point, off the post. Grubauer can't find it, and then Toffoli actually banks it in off the paddle of the stick.
Face-off control by the Kings. Shot by Toffoli was blocked, and now they score! Toffoli again! In the final minute of regulation.
A win by Kopitar, an initial block, and then Toffoli stays with it, and as a goaltender, that can be difficult to reset. Traffic in front by Girard.
Screen.
No chance for Francouz.
Yeah, Girard skates right by Francouz. He's looking for somebody to cover, and as he's on his way, it goes right by him. Him and Sanford just splits them.
10 seconds remaining. Blocked off in front by Iafallo.
Toffoli.
That is empty. Toffoli.
Iafallo gets it. Kopitar takes it, and Toffoli gets the HT here at the Air Force Academy.
Tyler Toffoli becomes the first person to ever score an outdoor game hat trick. Not just in National Hockey League history, but all of hockey history. That hat trick you scored against your uncle in like 96? Didn't count. Did an official see it? Ooh. What do you mean? This is your problem. This is your problem. I bet you also have the record for the strongest bench press, but just no one saw. Shut up. Not a bad way to end your career as an LA King, a place where you won the Stanley Cup. Tyler Toffoli scores a hat trick in the outdoor game. First guy to ever do it. And then he's traded to the Vancouver Canucks, the team who we just featured in the last hat pick. That in itself is a hat pick. And I will always cheer for Tyler Toffoli because one time I was doing a book signing at a Costco and his dad walked by. He did not buy a book, but he said hello, and I appreciated it. Not a lot of people came that day. I saw him walking by with a Kings jacket. I'm like, that's clearly a player's dad. And he's like, hey, Steve, how you doing? I'm Tyler Toffoli's dad. Dude, if I was an NHL player's dad, I'd tell everybody. Our next hat pick features Alex Ovechkin. Now, I'm pretty sure we're gonna feature him again next week when he inevitably hits 100. 100 times 7. But he's on a bit of a slump, which I still think is like less than half a dozen games, but it's a slump for him because he's a mutant. But whenever Ovechkin is not scoring goals, which is not terribly often, so people often forget, he does other things. And here's him wallpapering his former teammate and throwing him into the bench.
They failed in their first two efforts.
Oh!
Another huge hit.
Nate Schmidt's in the box.
That's a line change that he didn't want.
Here's a hit on OV on his former teammate. There's Schmidt trying to get around him, and he just drills him and throws him over. He's lucky. Notice as he shielded his face at the end because the skate came up right there.
Once again, and earlier, Ovechkin, not only known for his scoring, also not afraid to throw around the body, throws his former teammate Schmidt right back.
That's one way to acquire a guy at the deadline. You're ours now. Would anyone be surprised if he just like shoved Nate Schmidt in a bag and was like, we'll pay you back? Who's into Vegas' bet? Shut up. Don't ruin my bit. Alex Ovechkin, still the Russian machine that never breaks. That's a hat pick. Our next hat pick, and this one's ridiculous. Did you know that the hardest thing in the world is for the Boston Bruins to beat the Detroit Red Wings? Well, you'll be happy to know this amazing Buster Douglas story. The Bruins finally did it. And it was in part due to this sick play from Brad Marchand. Now, sometimes I've been putting asterisks on hat picks because it was against the Red Wings, but like beating the Red Wings is actually really hard for the Bruins, and this play is absurd. I know David Pastrnak is one of the best goal scorers in the NHL, but it certainly helps when you are fed goals on a platter with moves like this.
The puck sits for Marchand. 2-on-2 up ice. Pastrnak timing his rush. Marchand, a great move, and Pastrnak has his 42nd.
So he's able to force that turnover, takes a look, what are my options? After the C was trying to defend. That's not a defenseman back, that's a forward trying to make a play right there. And Marchand absolutely schools him.
I really gave it to Brad Marchand in the Dangits video. You can see that, it's also on this channel, but I gotta give it to him here. Holy cow, that's a hat pick. Now, our next hat pick features someone scoring between their legs against the Sharks. Wasn't that last week? We already did that. Yeah, the Western Canadian team doing it between we did that. There's another one? Oh, did you change the jersey? It was them? Prove it, show it.
Back to Laine. He'll dish for Peon. Wheeler, front of the net, turn, shot, Kyle Connor scores.
This is just a great individual effort from Kyle Connor. Watch him pull it to his forehand in between his legs and over the shoulder of Dell. And we saw Matthew Tkachuk do that the other night when the Calgary Flames, and look at right through those legs of Kyle Connor.
Oh, Kyle Connor is absolutely ridiculous. I still think he's one of the most underrated forwards in the league. Never gets enough love. And if you read enough of the comments, the Jets never get enough love, damn it. I'm sorry, it's Drew's fault somehow. Listen, be active in the comments section and we'll see it. If I could watch 15 hockey games at once, believe me, I would. My tiny brain can't process it. But this from Kyle Connor against the Sharks again. It's been that kind of season. Did I mention that Erik Karlsson's done for the season? Ugh. That's a hat pick. And our final hat pick of the game, we already featured a hat trick. This one is a Sanford trick. What? Here's Zach Sanford scoring 4 goals in 1 game.
Alex Pietrangelo with a wrist shot and a blocker save by Malcolm Subban. And now a draw and score! Zach Sanford ripped it home. Stick side on Subban. It doesn't take the blows long. 25 seconds.
Off to the right of Subban. The shot goes wide. A save by Subban. And then a good play by O'Reilly. He finds Sanford and he gets all of that.
Then lost in Buffalo. And then the coaching change. Perron will feed it out high. Wrist shot from Bortuzzo. Save Subban. Rebound score. Zach Sanford has 2 for St. Louis.
As the Blues just off the forecheck. Good battle by O'Reilly. Support from Perron. Finds Bortuzzo. He gets it to Sanford in front. And Sanford to the backhand. His second of the game.
And a wrist shot from Pietrangelo. And Subban there again. Sanford for the hat trick scores. That'll count. And it's the first career hat trick for Zach Sanford.
And another turnover by the Golden Knights leads to a couple of chances. Big save off Pietrangelo. Pietrangelo follows up and finds Sanford in front.
Done. Wrist shot. Tipped wide of the net. Parayko in behind the cage. Centered and score. Tipped in down low.
An exhausted penalty kill group on the ice. Vegas had some chances earlier to clear. They couldn't. And good play behind the net as Parayko finds Sanford, gets a little separation from England, stick on the ice. And Sanford with his 4th of the game.
Now, if you're wondering, isn't that the guy who used to play goalie? No, that's Curtis Sanford. Zach Sanford, you might recognize as the guy Robert Bortuzzo beat up, which was noteworthy because They're on the same team. Sanford was a big part of the Kevin Shattenkirk trade to the Washington Capitals many years ago. He was a second-round pick. He's had trouble putting up points. His career high in goals heading into the season was 8. Well, he was sitting at 9, a new career high, and then he banged in 4 in one game. Half of his last year's total. Guy's getting hot. That is a hat pick. And if the Blues get yet another weapon, look out. When are they getting Tarasenko back? That's, oh my God, it's unfair. So that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends that even if you scored 8 goals last year, you might pot 4 tonight.